Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be showing you guys a week worth of meal prep for me. This meal prep this time around was super easy. It only took me an hour to make everything on here. So if you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you guys are notified when I post a new video. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop into this, guys. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to be meal prepping this week is my oatmeal bites. If you are interested in the recipe, I am going to go ahead and insert the link in the description box, but you can also go back into my channel, go underneath playlist, look underneath food videos, and you will see the whole recipe there on exactly how I make these bad boys. I love them because they're sweet, they're chewy, they're soft, and they definitely kill my sugary craving that I have just about every day. They stay good in the fridge for about a week as long as you have them in a tight Ziploc bag. I'm not going to be showing you guys every ingredient that I'm going to be throwing in here or every step that I make to make it, because again, I did already make a video on it. But yeah, this is the first thing I'm going to be meal prepping. Alrighty, so now that my cookies are on a baking sheet, I'm going to go ahead and throw these things in the oven for about 13-15 minutes. In the meanwhile, I'm going to start prepping up my chicken casserole. Usually this recipe calls for ricotta cheese, but in this case I didn't have any more. And besides, I really shouldn't be eating cheese anyway because I am lactose intolerant and I really just didn't feel like hearing my guts this week. So I right now am using Follow Your Heart dairy-free vegan mozzarella cheese. It's actually really good. I wouldn't recommend it for people who are on a strict keto eating 20 carbs a day because this does have a few carbs. It's about 5 carbs per serving, so it's a little high up there. But if you are lactose intolerant and you are on a modified low carb diet, I would definitely recommend this to you. It's actually really good. It's not that bad for another cheese alternative that's vegan. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sprinkle my chicken, obviously with some seasoning. So I'm throwing on there some turmeric, some paprika, onion powder, ginger powder, chili, and a little bit of salt. I know it sounds like a crazy mixture, but I'm telling you guys, it is so good. You have to give it a try. I might make a video on this as well, maybe with a couple of my favorite chicken casseroles. If you guys would be interested in that, go ahead and comment down below, and I'll go ahead and I'll make a video maybe of 3 of my favorite chicken casseroles, because it's honestly, chicken casseroles are one of like the most easiest things for you to do. I mean, anything that you throw in a casserole is pretty much easy, but I've been loving doing chicken casseroles lately. And as my toppings, I am going to be adding my bell peppers as well as tomatoes. The tomatoes weighed about 300 grams and the bell peppers weighed about 200 grams. I also weighed my chicken as well. I did weigh out about 700 grams, and you guys might be thinking that's a lot of breast chicken, but again, I am going to be separating this into 5 dishes, so it's really not that much when you divide everything. And lastly, I'm topping it off with my mozzarella cheese. If I can give you guys any weight loss tip, always measure your food, guys. You never realize how many calories is actually in one portion and how much one portion actually looks like. So now we are all done prepping up our chicken casserole, guys, and at the same time our oatmeal bite cookies are done. How cool is that? So I'm just gonna go ahead and let these cool down, and I'm gonna get started on the next food. So now I'm just boiling myself a couple of eggs throughout the week. Me and my fiance don't really like to eat the same breakfast every day, so 2 days out the week we have pancakes and a boiled egg, and for 3 days out the week we have our tri-seed pudding. So that's what I'm just throwing on the stovetop right now. At the same time, I'm also going to be prepping my creamy cauliflower soup. I have not made a video recipe for this just yet, but I am going to, because let me tell you, this is so good. It's so flavorful. I've never been a big fan in using cauliflower in anything mushy. I was even surprised that I even liked the mashed cauliflower, which I did not make a recipe about that either. I might just will. Let me know in the comments down below if you'll be interested in me making my version of mashed cauliflower and macaroni cauliflower. And as you guys saw, I went ahead and I let my avocado oil kind of heat up inside of the pot. And then that's when I went ahead and threw in my onions, kind of sauteing them just a little bit. Then once I really start to smell the onions, I will go ahead and I just threw in my celery, and I saute that for a little bit as well. Once I feel like it's sauteed enough to my liking, I went ahead and I put some chicken broth in there. Now this recipe does call for 3 cups of chicken broth, but I kind of ran out. I only had enough for a cup and a half, but that's okay. You can always just use water and then, you know, dump in your other seasonings, which would be salt, pepper, whatever you like to throw in your soups. Go ahead and add that in. So that's exactly what I ended up doing. I just ended up replacing the rest of it with just regular water, which it still came out really yummy. So don't fret if you only have water, it's okay. And as you can see, I went ahead and I added in some cayenne pepper as well as some ginger powder and a little bit of salt, of course. We give this a good mix, and then last but not least, the main ingredient. I'm going to toss in 1 pound, well, it was a little over 1 pound of cauliflower, and I'm just going to let this boil inside of the soup. Once it starts to boil, I'm going to turn it down all the way to simmer, and I'm going to let that simmer in my pot for about 15 to 20 minutes until I feel like it's really tender. And at the same time, my boiled eggs did finish, so I'm just going to go ahead and take it to the sink and put it inside some cold water. And at the same time, my cookies cooled down. I forgot to mention to you guys, I also ran out of egg whites. So while I was making this, I ended up using 3 tablespoons of pumpkin puree, and I barely taste the pumpkin. It allowed my cookies to hold just like egg whites would. I don't know if this method works for every cookie recipe, but it sure worked for this one. So I'm just going to make sure I put this in a tight Ziploc bag, and this will stay good for the rest of the week as a sweet treat. Okay guys, so we have our cauliflower soup still boiling and we have our chicken casserole still baking. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started on my tri-seed oatmeal puddings. So again, I made a recipe on this as well. I have modified it since the last time I have made a recipe. So if you guys are interested in a new revised one, definitely go ahead and comment down below about that as well. Now, I want to put this out here, guys. If you guys are ever missing flavor inside your tri-seed puddings and you feel like you're doing extra work to make it flavorful, add protein powder. I am telling you, it changes the game. I have tried cookies and cream, I've tried vanilla, I've tried chocolate, and I've tried banana cream now. They're all so good. The only one I have not tried yet is strawberry. If anyone has tried strawberry in a tri-seed pudding, please let me know. I'm so excited to try it. But it's really, really good. See, if you guys want to up the flavor on your tri-seed pudding, definitely give protein powder a try. It has definitely changed the game for me. So I'm going to be throwing some broccoli into my air fryer. I ran out of pepper, so I just went ahead and sprinkled some salt and onion powder on it instead. But I love throwing the broccoli into my air fryer because it does not get smushy. You know, it gets a little crisp, a little brown, and kind of al dente. So that's exactly how I like my cauliflower. I leave it frozen on purpose just so it doesn't end up overcooking. So I'm gonna put this inside the air fryer at 350 for about 8 minutes. And yeah, that's going to be the exact time when my chicken casserole would be. So I think I did pretty good on timing in this one. Okay, so as soon as I placed my broccoli into the air fryer, my timer went off for my cauliflower soup. So here's the trick, guys. I don't have a food processor that's actually big enough, so a blender works just as fine. I'm just going to dump this whole entire pot into the blender, and then I'm going to distribute it. Well, first I'm going to put it back into the pot, but then I'm going to distribute it into 5 soup bowls. And warning, before you put this in the blender and start it, do not put this on milkshake or puree. I promise you, you would have a huge mess. It's going to splatter everywhere because it's so much liquid inside of your blender. If your blender is like humongous and you don't have nothing to worry about, I have a standard Hamilton blender, so mine can only go so big. But basically, I just pulse it with the grind option and it does just fine. And there you have it, our creamy cauliflower soup. Just looking at it again makes me want to have some more. It feels so good in the stomach, guys. But our broccoli is actually done now in the air fryer. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my containers I'm going to be using for the week for my lunch. So now that my broccoli is all distributed in my 5 containers, our chicken casserole has finished. It actually finished a couple minutes sooner than I expected, but that's still good timing, guys. So literally I did everything all at the same time. Who said meal prep couldn't be easy? Come on, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute 5 servings out of this casserole. As you can see, I am using my food scale to make sure that I am eating a specific portion in every single one of my bowls, so I'm eating the same amount of macros every single day. Alrighty, so Now that my lunch is all prepped, I'm going to be prepping my dinner. Now this soup is very low calorie, but the reason why I like to have liquids for dinner is because it's just easier on my digestive system. Sometimes when you change your diet, your digestive system changes with you, your whole body changes. So I've noticed that eating very light meals for dinner actually feels better on my stomach. I sleep better and I wake up feeling way more energized. I don't know, it's kind of weird. So I like to have soups and smoothies and salads as my dinner, not a lot of major solids. And I did weigh the amount of soup I was putting in each bowl as well. I weighed about 9 to 10 ounces equally in every bowl for my dinners. Okay guys, we are literally almost done. Are you excited? I'm excited. So now, last thing that I have to do is distribute my pumpkin pancakes. Now, these were some that I made from earlier. On Sundays, we always like to have pancakes, eggs, and bacon for breakfast. And I always like to double the recipe for my pancakes so I can have some throughout the week and I don't have to come back in the kitchen and make more. We did it, guys. Go ahead and blow your trumpets, blow your horns. You just got done meal prepping for the whole entire week and only spent an hour. Isn't that crazy? I really enjoyed making this video for you guys. If you guys are interested in more meal prep videos, go ahead and comment down below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you guys are notified every single time I post a new health video. I do post every Tuesday, so go ahead and subscribe. Press the subscribe button. Alrighty, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.